Quest presents an unabridged recording of The Sandman by Mark Dawson, narrated by David Thorpe. London. Chapter 1. Belmarsh, in southeast London's Thamesmead, was a Category A holding prison and one of the more modern additions to Her Majesty's criminal justice estate. It was adjacent to Woolwich Crown Court, and that, together with its modern amenities and impressive security, made it home for some of the most dangerous and notorious prisoners in the United Kingdom. The High Security Unit took that security and improved upon it. It was the only prison within a prison in Great Britain, a separate facility within the walls of the prison and distinguished by its own 20-foot-high concrete perimeter wall and separate security measures, including doors that could only be opened remotely by central control. The HSU had 48 cells, and if the main estate was secure, the HSU was inescapable. The unit was used chiefly for those suspected or convicted of terrorism offences, but it also accommodated those who would be at risk if released into the general prison population, or those who were deemed to be particularly valuable. Prisoner A4224AA was in the latter category. Tristan Huxley had been charged with a host of offences, including human trafficking and the sexual exploitation of minors. Quite aside from the risk that his notoriety might inspire attacks from other inmates, the government had decided that he had made enough enemies during his career as an international fixer that an attempt on his life would have been likely if he was given a cell in one of the main wings. He had secured arms deals that had favoured countries at the expense of their neighbours. The armoured vehicles that had been purchased by his Israeli clients had killed Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The Star Streak surface-to-air missiles he had supplied to the Indian military had been used to bring down a Pakistani jet over disputed Kashmir. At the time of his arrest, Huxley had been working on a deal that would have supplied Russian armaments to the Indians. The Pakistani Secret Service had already failed in several audacious bids to kidnap and then kill him in attempts to end the transaction, and British intelligence was of the opinion that they would try again and that this time they would make sure that they were successful. After all this time, they knew exactly where he was. It would be simple enough to find an inmate who was prepared to open his throat with a shiv in exchange for money.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?